Hello there. Hi. So we are day, oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, day 7. Day 7. My goodness. I can't believe this is the last week of the stitch along, can you? Although I am considering eking out an extra day, just because I feel like I'm really going to miss you guys. Do you know, I had a lovely weekend. It went that fast. I don't really remember what we did. What day are we on today? Monday. It is Monday. A lot of in the garden, a lot of washing, nice and dry. A little bit of shopping with my daughter, and oh, what needle do I use? I use John James needles. Oh, come underneath there like that. John James needles, and that is a size 3. I like a size 3. I like any really that have got a really big eye on them. So I've actually lined up all of my needles ready to use tonight. These are all the 3. There's my beading needle ready to use, and that's a 1. Always washing. Oh yeah, it's just never ending. I've even done more today. But yeah, my son's just doing his homework in his room. I don't know whether anybody heard that then. He's singing along to something. What else did I do this weekend? Yes, I met up with some of my college friends and we went out for tea. Had a real kind of giggle. That was really lovely. So, yeah, it was nice. I had a really nice weekend, actually. Hope you all had a nice weekend too. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to try and eke out another day of a stitch along. Just because I feel like, I don't know, I'm going to miss you guys. And it feels like it's gone really quick. So you don't have to join me. But I might do... Oh, okay. Thanks. I'm struggling with the needle. I have not sure it's as big as a 3. Okay. So let me show you mine again. In what way are you struggling with the needle? Is the eye too small to thread through easily? Let's see if we can get this, or a way of sorting this. You can use the same needle. Because if that is the case, what you can do is, so for a lot of this, I've stitched with all 6 strands through the eye of the needle. Hard to thread. Okay, so what you can do is use twice the length, split your threads in half, so you've got 3 and 3. And then what you do is, my scissors, you would thread just 3 strands through, and you would double it over, tie it at the end, just make sure it's really smooth, you smooth all your threads through, and then you are still stitching with all 6 strands. So that's one thing that I would do, and you would find it's a lot easier to pull through your fabric as well, but you're still stitching with 6 strands. Does that make sense? Yeah, because some people do struggle to pull through with all 6, because effectively, when you're stitching with 6 and you've threaded all 6, when you actually pull this part, oh, you have been doubling, when you pull this part through, you're actually pulling 12 strands through, because it's popping through your fabric with 12 strands. When you're stitching with 6 strands, but doubled over 3 on either side, you're just pulling the 6 strands through. It could be that you do need a bigger eye to your needle. If you get in touch with me, I do have a few, so I'll pop some in the post to you, Alison. I'm using a chenille needle. It has a big eye and a sharp point. Yeah, I think sometimes it's about finding the needle that feels comfortable for you. So it does have a big eye, and obviously then with a bigger eye, it's easier to pull through because the eye pulls through before the fabric, you know? I don't know, Brandy and Alison, whether you're following each other. Maybe Brandy could put a picture of hers on her story. Or send me a picture of it if your account set's private, and I can share the one that you use. But yeah, I've got some that I use. It's is it a 1? Yes, a 1. I've got 1s and 3s, so 1 might be good for you, Alison. So we can try that. Okay, today we are starting with this lovely row of what will be flowers. And it's called Tete le Boeuf, I'm pretty sure the French name is. Or, if you're Mancunian, you can call it Lazy Daisy with a fly stitch at the bottom. I started using a cross-stitch needle because it had a bigger eye, yeah. Go with whichever one you feel is more comfortable. Is it a long enough needle as well? So, remember fly stitch from down here, where we carried it on all the way down. I'm going to do a little fly stitch here. And I've chosen to do mine in a little cream colour. I'm going to try and separate the section from here. So if you use greens and yellows and orange here, I'm going to use some cream here. I'm going to come to here. I'm going to catch that eye, that thread, that loop. And I'm just going to stitch down very close on the other side to anchor that down. Like that. Now, if you want to keep your one needle threaded and go all the way along, we can do that, or you can do it one flower at a time. I'll do a couple so you can see how this is going to look. How are you all finding the stitch along? And please don't worry if you've not caught up. I still haven't done my sky up here. It's not a problem. The videos will all be uploaded. They're all on Instagram already. I do need to upload them still to YouTube. There are some there already. But yeah, you can catch up. They're not going anywhere on YouTube. They'll be there. You can tap back in. You could redo it in different colours. If you ever want to practice any stitches again, it's there for you to use whenever you want to do it. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. It's quite nice just to learn some basic stitches, isn't it? Oh, made me cry, guys. This is my first one, so it's really hard to kind of gauge what everyone will like. You kind of go with what you love and think, oh, everyone else might love it. Well, sad when I caught up and couldn't join the chat. You should have pretended that it was just a live. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. And I know that there's some stitches that you'll think, oh my gosh, I'll never use that again. But I think it's quite nice because it's all in short little bursts. It's nice to try different things. I think it's all too often that we're following a pattern and, you know, you're told what to stitch and you've got to stitch it in a certain way. But I do think this has been quite nice in short, sharp bursts. So this is what you'd do if you were going to go along and finish off with the colours. Of course I did. I can imagine that you did. I think Friday's one was a little bit wild. I did 2 lives because I couldn't get on Wednesday. So I did one and then I came off. Had a bit of a break just for like 10-15 minutes and then came back on again. So yeah, I think I might have been a little bit delirious by then. I know somebody said something that really made me chuckle and I've been thinking about it all weekend. So here we are. So I'm going to bring my needle up here. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to show you how I do the little centre. And I've chosen to use this nice, it's like a muted, like a peachy colour, like this one. So here we're going to do a detached chain. So just like we've done chain stitch here, and we've joined them all up together, we're going to do detached chains, which is just one singular chain. I'm just going to lift you up and then zoom in so that I can get my hands underneath. Okay, so you're going to come up at the base of where this loop starts. You're going to bring your needle back down. That's where the starting point is. I'm really enjoying it. I love the practice and being told what to do. Oh no, do you think I sound really bossy? But sometimes it saves you having to think, maybe, you know, when you've had a busy day and you're just like, right, what bit do I need to do next? Because sometimes if you're following a pattern as well, I think you're following them from a piece of paper or a PDF if you've downloaded it and you haven't printed it. There we go. Me too. There we go. So there's a little centre there. I think those colours look really nice together. It reminds me of peaches and cream. So we're going to go on to the next one. And I'm going to leave mine quite open because I might want to put a little bead in here. That'd be really nice. Pop a little bead in there. I'm going to come at the tip of the petal and then give it a little pull through. I want to make sure I've not done it too tight because I want to keep it quite open. And these will look like little tulips standing in the field. Morning! Now, Mel, are you coffee ready? I've been seeing Mel likes to share funny memes to her story about coffee drinkers. Mel loves a coffee. Oh my gosh, so the weekend, guess what happened? My coffee machine broke. It just decided I can't live up to your expectations. I just can't do this anymore. So I'm not joking when I say that my husband was desperate. He was literally taking it to bits. And I said, I mean, we actually got it off Facebook Marketplace. So our first one went, and then we got that one. And to be fair, it's done us really well. We've had it about 2 years. And it just was like, I just need to retire. This is too hard. So yeah, I've had to order another one, and we've had to have coffee sachets. So it's not really hit that well. I know. Mel's replied with, "Oh my god." Oh my gosh. Honestly, Cafe Nero was like, yes, let's increase the shares. Oh my gosh, it's just been so bad. So I've got to go and pick it up tomorrow. I know. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. So bad. And I wouldn't mind. I just bought like fresh pods. It's like torture. I thought maybe I could like make little holes in the cartridge and then just pour hot water through it. The devastation is real. So I'm so excited. I'm going to go and pick it up tomorrow. Do you want me to take you with me? I might even try and do the setup, but if I do it wrong, Daniel will just be like, "Oh my gosh, Natalie." So yeah, so it's my husband's just got home from work and he's like, "I'm going to make a cup of tea." I've just done a wonky stitch. Oh gosh, I've just done a wonky stitch laughing at I can't live up to your expectations. Well, my children like AeroPress is the best. I can't live without my AeroPress. I've never heard of that. Is that a type of coffee machine? We've gone straight in for like an espresso again. I'm just so used to buying the pods, and like my husband likes the extra strength ones, and my daughter. I'm gonna have to read this comment in a minute. I need to do this stitch first. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you're laughing at my coffee machine. It's literally, it looks so sad as well. It's literally just sat in the back garden in a bag ready to go to the tip. But I just feel like it's going to live out its best life with all the other coffee machines that have decided it's time to retire. Oh, poor thing. I mean, they have one little life and one little job, don't they? I know. Cursing it. Oh, I haven't done that. I've done a straight stitch. You distracted me now. I need to read this comment, but I can't read it until I've done this last one, because I just know I'm gonna laugh. Come over. Oh, honestly, I could make it to your house, have a coffee, and make it back by the time I picked up this blooming coffee machine. I told my husband before I thought it might soften the blow, because I decided to do a massive tidy up today. I've got a really busy week. I've got a craft fair this weekend. Loads of bits going on with the kids as well. So I decided, because I thought it'd be a great idea, to do a tidy up as well, just because there's not enough going on. But it, you know how it has to get worse before it gets better. I'm at that stage, so it looks like the Tasmanian Devil's just run through the house and thrown craft supplies everywhere. And then I was like, shit, I need to go live. Sorry, pardon me. Oops, I need to go live. And then I heard my husband's car pull up, and I was like, yeah. Okay, there we are. Right, let me read this comment here. I can just see the machine saying, "I'm sorry, Nat. I'm just not able to be there for you like you need." It broke up with me. The coffee machine literally just was like, "It's over. I just can't do this anymore." I know, devastated. And then Knit Swifter said, her coffee machine, it's hand operated. You press the coffee down through the filter. Ooh, that's a good idea. I've not heard one like that though. Concentrate on the stitching now. I will. Okay. Yeah, McFred's, get the spare bedroom ready. I'll be over for a coffee. Okay. Let's go with the little bottom bit here. So we're going to give it a little stem. Now you can see here, you can see the base of this fly stitch here. I'm going to No, I'm not going to cover that up because I want it to sit inside here. Let's have a look what it looks like stitched underneath. No, I like that, like that. So I'm going to do one straight stitch here, and then I'm going to do another fly stitch here at the bottom. I'm going to start on this one. And I've chosen this dark green because I noticed I've used it here, a little bit here and here, and I haven't used it much, so I'm going to add a bit more dark green in to this section. I'm going to anchor it down there. Some lovely birds outside again today. Oh, do you know what I noticed in our back garden as well over the weekend? We've got bats. A gorgeous little bat was flying over. You know when it gets that time of night? It was probably about 9 o'clock at night. So it was just really going darkish. And it kept floating about. You know when you get the little gnats in the air? So it must have been floating about trying to have some supper. But it was so cute. You could see it as it went over your head. You could see the little shapes of its wings. And they kind of flutter. Gorgeous. Okay, now this one's tiny and I think it'll look chunky if I do it as a fly stitch. So I'm going to do little straight stitches and it'll break up the line as well. So one straight stitch to here. And one straight stitch to the bottom to join it up. There, they look really cute. No bats. Oh, do you not like bats? I mean, you know the big ones that you see on, well, online really. We don't have them here, but these are tiny. I imagine it's probably about the size of a sparrow or like a goldfinch or blue tit. Very small. But when we went to, I think it was Blackpool Zoo. They've got a bat cave. And I don't know what I was expecting, to be fair, but they were huge. The bats were absolutely huge in there. Kids weren't keen, and it smelled really funny as well. I suppose that's what bat poo smells like. So I'm going to go, because it's a big one, I'm going to do a fly stitch again. And then on the smaller ones, I'm going to do little straight stitches. I think that looks really cute. I like that. So I'll finish up to here and then I'm going to add a little bead in the centre. Because I've not done any beads up here, but I've done some beads at the top here. So I think here I'm going to add some beads. What do we all think of this so far? I think this is a nice methodical one. Hello, Lisa. Lisa's just joined. Lisa is my lovely friend. We met at my in-person workshops, and then Lisa told me about her book club. So now I go to her book club, and Lisa's just joined the stitch along. Hope you had a lovely day today. It's been so sunny. I actually sat in the garden before. Just before school pick-up, and it was so nice, just so sunny. I picked up my daughter and she went, "Oh my gosh, have you been sat outside? Your hands have gone really brown." I said, "You never know, people on live today might think I'm somebody else stitching." My hands have gone really brown. And we'll do this last one and then we'll add a tiny bead to the centre there. They look really cute. I'm really pleased with those. There we go. Oh, that's a tiny one. A snip. I want them to look cute. And it looks quite nice actually having a fly stitch, two little straight ones. I think it just breaks it up a little bit. Thread that needle again. And I'm loving the fact that you're sharing your pieces. They're so nice seeing them come through. Isn't it amazing that we're all stitching the same piece, but they come through and they just look so lovely, all stitched in different colours. I think it's gorgeous. I love seeing all your work as you're working on them. So there we are. I think that's really pretty. Right, let's have a look at what beads I've got. And I'm going to swap my beading needle. Oh, that's the beading needle. And I'm going to go with one strand of the cream because I'm going to use some clear beads. Let me pick one up and show you which ones I'm going to use. There we are. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just lose one. There it is. 1, 2. Oh, making the carpet look pretty. I think these look really nice. I love adding beads. Has anybody not added beads yet? Or anybody not want to? Some people don't like beading. Here we go. Let's get a strand of the white. And I'm using white because I don't want it to show up too much through the bead. So I'm going to thread a beading needle. This is the hardest one to thread, isn't it? Because it's so tiny. Do a few loops at the end to make a slightly bigger knot. And then I'm going to come up, not directly in the centre because I want the bead to lie on its side. I'm going to come up a little bit higher. Can you see that? Not yet. We'll add beads when I finish. Yeah. The messes out when I find them. Oh, honestly, the downstairs, the living room just looks shocking. I'm dreading going back downstairs and having to tidy it. But I'm being quite rude, taking quite a lot to the charity shop because some of the stuff I've had in there since before I had the kids. Oh my God, and the twins are 15. That's really bad, isn't it? Okay, let's come off there. And I want that bead to flip over and sit on its side. Look at that. His beading needles are the worst, aren't they? They are the best. They're so tiny. And if you've got really tiny beads as well, they're not the easiest. But I think it's worth it because they do look so pretty. So you can see I'm not going directly into the hole where I've come up. I want to leave a bit of a gap because I want that bead to flick over and lay on its side. One of my dogs is so barky at the minute. Like somebody's just walked past outside. I mean, they are chihuahuas. I know they're meant to be, but I mean, come on. I use size 10. Okay, so mine are a 12, so mine are even smaller, but I bet you could fit a 10 through then. It'd be a little bit easier to thread as well, won't they? There we are. So as you can see, that bead is flicking around and it's just pushing the stitch a bit further apart. It just fills it out a little bit more. If you didn't want to add beading, you could always add an extra small stitch in a different colour. That'd be nice as well. Okay. So pretty. And you've got to make sure when you finish your beading, you need to knot off really well and tie your end in so that all those beads don't come popping off. I'll wiggle around and one more, and then we're going to have a little bit of a break. We're going to do this little bit here. These are all quite similar, so I'm going to save those for tomorrow. There we go. There we are. Lovely. Oh, look at that. What do we think? Can you see why the sun's really coming through there now? I think they look really pretty. Okay, turn it over. I'm going to knot off my ends from the work I've just been doing. Hello, Hazel. the only member of this family that misses me when I'm gone for more than 10 minutes. Here we are. I'm going to tie off these. I'm going to use my needle to hold that loop in place, and then the hoop fits right towards the end and sits on the fabric. So again, I'm going to loop it round, put my needle there to guide it down, and you always get your knots on top. I think they look really cute too. I like them. Okay, another way to knot. I've got two close together, so I'm going to do it like you would do a double knot on a shoelace. I can tie those two ends together. There. I'm going to keep those for finishing off that bit later. There we go. Let's get this hoop back in here. There we are. Okay, so we're going to go to this little bit here. Let's tie this a bit tighter. We don't want it to come out. And for this, which ones we're going to choose? I think I was going to go with that dark green again. And we're going to crisscross along here. And this one is called trellis stitch, if I remember rightly. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to do all of the ones. No, actually, I'm going to go cross, 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 cross. Because you'll see. So if I was to go just this way first, with all the diagonals going that way, and then cross, 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 there'd be a very definite, like, flat pattern. Like, those ones that way, those ones that way, and you'd see it that way. You can do it that way if you want to, because you are going to cross the crosses anyway. No. I'm going to do one this way, one the other, one this way, one the other. So we're going to go this way. Can you imagine what goes on in my head when I'm talking to myself over projects? So there's the first one. Oh, hold on. Shall we mix up the colours as we go? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm going to go with light green and dark green. Let's see what that looks like. And if I hate it, I'll unpick it. And then I'm going to do one going across this way in this colour. Okay. And then I'm going to use my dark green again. And we'll go across this way. Oh, that's nice. Okay, then I want the light green again. So I've got two needles going at the same time here. And cross over there. Oh, now this is the most excited I have been all day. I think this looks super nice. So I'm going to go across here with the dark green. And then the light green. Across here. And the dark green. That looks really cute. Don't get in a tangle, Natalie. There. It looks good, doesn't it, Mel? Then we're going to add a little bit more texture. Do not start twisting. I like that one, don't you? I think the last time I did this one, I'll get the example piece. I did it all in the same colour. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys decide to do with yours, whether you'll mix them up or go with one base colour for the back. It's just your own preference then, isn't it? Look at me stitching with two hands. I mean, it's not a complicated one as in like a French knot. But the left side of my brain is having to work a little bit harder. Here we go. And cross over again. bloody gorgeous. I love it. Excuse me, swear pot. That's the second one. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay. And a couple more. So it's quite a simple one, but it's quite quick as well. Oh, excuse me, I've got a hazel hair on my hoop there. Where's she gone, actually? Anybody else got pets and their fur or hair get onto everything? I try and keep everything away from them, to be fair, but because she came upstairs, obviously picked her up and managed to get a little hazel hair on there. So one more little green, which I think I'll have enough thread for. One more dark green one. Oh, Joe, I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like on the back as well. I think I'm going the same way each time. This one here. Yeah, I think we do. I mean, I have those lint rollers. You can get them from anywhere, can't you? You can get them in bulk from places like IKEA. A crazy dog whose hair is everywhere. I know my sister's got a gorgeous multi-poo and she doesn't molt at all. But yeah, I mean, one of our chihuahuas does. We've got a black chihuahua who's really short-haired. And the other chihuahua, she's actually short-haired, but look how cute it looks at the back. Oh, you can see I've gone a slightly different way on those ones. Maybe like little twisty crosses. Okay, I'm going to tie those two together. And then we're going to add little contrasting anchor stitches. Here we go. Turn this back over. I did a workshop on Friday last week. Friday night, was it? No, Thursday last week with a local WI group, and it was so lovely. I told you about it on Friday. I did say I was going to write a blog. That still needs to be written. But yeah, it was so good. I have a Yorkie mini schnauzer mix. Wow. And she doesn't shed. Wow. Oh, really? So it doesn't shed? So Yorkies are usually, from what I know of a Yorkie, they're like the little brown. Are they like a brown and grey kind of with like long hair? From what I'm thinking. And they're quite small, aren't they? A Yorkie. And the mini schnauzers, are they the grey ones with the little eyebrows? I do love dogs. We're a dog family. Very much a dog family. Now, which colour should I go for here? Should I go with the pink to really bring it out? Yes, I think I will. Here we go. Let's go with pink. So now, hi Veronica. I'm going to go with a pink thread. Again, 6 strands, always 6 strands unless otherwise stated. And we're going to put tiny little stitches over here, just to add a little bit more texture. Hello, Pumpkin and Pea Crafts. I'm going to be seeing you at the weekend at the market. Here we go. So we're going to start here, above the crisscross. Make sure you can see that there. I know the sun's shining quite a lot. Can you see? On my phone, you can see it. Is it too bright for you? Can you see okay? Okay, and then we're going to come across the centre of the cross. And we're just going to stitch down. It just adds a little bit of brightness, especially in this nice pink. I love this colour pink. This one is 601. Like my favourite pink, favourite DMC pink. I'm going to go again, down like this. Or you could even do all pinks on the bottom one. You could do a different colour on the top, but I'm going to keep these uniform because I have changed the background colours. That's really cute. Let me show you the example one. I did it last time. So here, you can see, all of it was purple. We did teal on the bottom, yellow on the top, and then we matched it with a French knot in the same colour underneath. So you can play around with your colours here. Okay. 602. I love 602 as well. 602 is a little bit, I wouldn't even say paler because it's such a bright colour. I feel like 601 has got like a neon yellow added into it. So bright. But I love 601. I have both 601 and 602. It's strange, isn't it? Because you have these colours and the numbers are so close together and there's just this ever so slight difference in the tone of them. But I love DMC colours. There we go. Oh, have you used 602? Oh, lovely. Where have you used 602 on yours, Brandy? Didn't have 601. Ah, cool. But yeah, you can use any colour. Any colour. Somebody might have gone with very, like, cool pinks on this as well. Depends what type of colour palette you like. It'd be quite nice to see this done in, like, autumnal colours. I think I've chosen bright colours because it's spring flowers, and if I was doing this in, like, the winter, I mean, you could just use all different greens for down here. You could even shade it so you had darker ones or lighter ones coming down to darker ones. Like, so many different ways that you can make it your own, you know. Okay, so here we go. Almost at the end with this one. Let me just check the time. Oh yeah, got time. I'll show you these ones here, and then tomorrow we're going to go with these. So be prepared. Have some needles threaded with different colours or different textures as well if you wanted to, because these are a nice one to do. I'm just smoothing off my thread there. On the left side, so here, blanket stitch and stem, gorgeous. It'd be dead interesting to know which ones have been your favourite stitches to try or to stitch, and the ones that you think, glad I tried it, but never again. And no one's allowed to say French knots. They are my absolute favourite. You are allowed to say it, really. Yeah, we had so much fun at the workshop last Thursday doing French knots. And the pull and the pop of them. So I took my big stand here and I take a huge, I think I took a 12-inch hoop that I go around and practice with. So if anyone's struggling with a type of stitch, I show them on this huge embroidery hoop and they can have a practice. It's just a good way of kind of seeing the stitches being done. I think it's sometimes it can be difficult, can't it, from drawn instructions or even from photographic ones. I used to do photographic ones in my booklets, but they took so much time to do. So now I do drawn instructions in my subscription kits, and I do a live video for the subscription kits because I just think it helps to see somebody else's hands in motion. As we go. So there we go. There's that little centre one here. TMC Stone. I said, oh, let's have a look at this one. So favourites. Split stitch. I do like a split stitch. I wouldn't say it's my favourite. I don't know why though, because I love seeing other people do it. I think it's just one that my hands don't do as well. Brandy said, I love the fly stitch. Didn't like the double loop weaving. Struggled with it, yeah. It's a tricky one, this one. The peas and cauliflower and broccoli, as Mel said. Those colours. Like a vegetable patch, aren't they? Here, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit more of a struggle, that one. TMC Stone has said, I've been using the DMC Eco Vita threads. Oh, lovely. And I love them. I'd love to see a nice close-up of yours. That'd be gorgeous, and I'll share that. I like blanket stitch, but mine is so wonky on this one. Oh, okay. I'll have a little look. Mine have gone a little bit wonky here, though, as well. Sometimes it can just be in the tension or the way that your hands are going with them. But yeah, I think they do look so lovely. I do love blanket stitch. I think so far mine would be... I quite like the stem stitch. And I like the mix of colours in this one here, in the fly stitch. But equally, I do like this. I just think it gives a really nice, it feels so nice. Oh, lovely. I like blank stitch. I love satin stitch. I do love satin stitch. Satin stitch is one of my favourites. I put that in quite a lot of my kits. I think it puts people off sometimes, but I think once you have tips on how to keep it straight and how to keep it nice and smooth, it makes it so much easier, I think. So let's just go, wait, start at 1/2 past. We've got another 5 minutes. So here we can put some little French knots, or we can put some beads in here. You can choose your colours. I want to go into this one quickly because we've got about 10 minutes before the live wouldn't save. So let's go down here, and I'm going to go with yellow. We're going to do some straight stitches in here. We could do lazy daisies or detached chain, but some of these I've marked out on here are quite big, so instead, got children playing out the front, so I don't know who children they are, but I think they're just playing on bikes and stuff, so it might be a little bit loud out the front. Okay, and then I'm going to do, let's go back here, just 3 straight lines to do each little petal. I'm going to slightly go underneath. You've enjoyed the couching. I really like couching. I'm still yet to do a piece, maybe with text that is, there we go, all couching. I think that'd be really cool. Okay, we might get 2 actually in there. I don't think we need 3. Let's go with 2 on this one. So 1 on the left side and 1 on the right side. A bit closer together. Can you move the hoop up? Oh, sorry, yes, am I in the way? Let me zoom out a little bit. Is that better, Mel? Is that better? There we go. I'm going to go here to here. Just going to do 2 stitches in each of these little wiggle, and again one on the right side, you can see that. Oh, thanks, Mel. Sometimes I forget and end up moving the hoop. I've zoomed in. Let's push this into here a little bit because it's coming loose. There we go. And down into there. I'm going to do each flower like that. And then I'm going to go to this one for a yellow. I'm going to do a different one here. So play around with colour again. I might, because this one's a bit bigger, I might go with 3 in this one actually. Yeah, there's a little tip here. So feel free to fill the spaces as you see they need filling. Let's go 1 on that side. And again, I'm using 6 strands here. Hi, Martha! I'm using 6 strands here, but I folded them over when I was showing Alison's earlier. And I'm going to go from the tip here down the length. And you can see now I've got my flow on this one. This one looks a little bit neat, so I might actually unpick that one and redo it. There we are. Hey! Hope you've had a lovely sunny day, Martha. The weather's been gorgeous. Managed to sit in the garden. Let's go again. Now, Mel sent me the most beautiful picture of the, tell me if I got this wrong, Mel, the Weeping Willow cherry blossom tree. And it is magnificent. Like, stunning. Really, really pretty. I genuinely don't think we have those in the UK. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I have never seen a Weeping Willow cherry blossom tree. It's absolutely stunning. Like, really stunning. Now, I am going to go with, I'm going to keep the cream down here. I'm going to go with cream in the middle. Yes, it was you that wanted to see it as well, wasn't it? Martha, if you and Mel don't follow each other, if Mel's okay with that, a weeping cherry. It's absolutely stunning. Like, it looks unreal. It is literally, Martha, like a weeping willow tree, but it's got cherry blossom on it that kind of like hangs down. It's absolutely gorgeous. It looks like a really big tree as well. I'm going to assume it's quite old. Do you know how old it is, Mel? Here we go. So again, I'm going on this one. I'm going to do 3 on this one because it's a little bit bigger. The ones on the end are a little bit narrower. Okay. And I'm really aware of time. I don't want to keep you all too long. I know it's nearly tea time and breakfast time for some of you as well. So I'll finish this one here. I'll work on the edges so you can see. And then I will be back on Wednesday. And one long one again. Final petal. Does look established. It does. It looks quite tall as well. Absolutely gorgeous. We've got weeping willows near us and they have to cut them back so much. Almost like to the trunk. But they grow back ferociously, so I think it's probably something that they have to do. But they are beautiful. I do love a weeping willow. There we go. So I won't tie that off because I know that we're running out of time. I'm going to use dark green on the cream one and light green on the yellow one. So that's just... Send your picture. Oh, yeah, that's lovely. Well done, girls. Such a lovely group, honestly. You're absolutely gorgeous. It's been so nice doing this. One of the things I did say to Tori before I did a stitch along was that I was just so nervous of, I whisper it, trolls. I've always been dead nervous, but I've always been quite lucky, really. I just felt like it would really throw me off if I had somebody online that just wasn't very nice. Not you guys, but like, you know, if somebody just joined a live because my page is open on Instagram. That's something that's really worried me. And Tori was so lovely. She was like, Natalie, you've just got to give it a go. So I go, I said, no, but I think I'd panic if a troll came on. She said, just block them. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. But yeah, I've just had such a lovely time with this stitch along. And chatting with you all. Right, let's go with the lighter coloured green for the yellow. And we're just going to finish them off like this. You can see at the bottom that there is a little space for a French knot or a bead. So finish those as you will. I might bead actually, because I feel like this will be the last point I get to add beads at this point here on the pattern. So the green would go here, the lighter green. It looks really nice next to the yellow. There. And I'd carry on that pattern, so I'd have another yellow one, another white one here, another yellow one here. I am going to unpick this one because I'm not as keen on that one now. I quite like the extra stitch over the top doing a 3. But what I might do is, just really quickly because I know we've got to go, I will swap over the French knot. So I'll do a yellow one underneath the white flower and a white one underneath the yellow flower, like this. No, I said I'd do beads, but no, I'm not. I'm going to do a French knot. Here. So again, T, wrap, wrap, turn and push. Knot into the knot you just created. Okay, and I'm going to work on my tension. Make sure the knots are sat down. Oh, thank you. I am a chatter, but I do worry that does put people off at times because I do like to chat, and I think if you just want to learn, I'm probably not the stitch along for somebody else. But yeah, this is my first stitch along. I do teach in-person workshops, and I've done some online ones, as in I've done the videos and then uploaded the video. I've not done it as like a live session. But hi Tori! Oh, we're literally just leaving as well. But I hope you're okay. I was going to drop you a little message after this. There, so the yellow ones will go there. Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I love the in-person ones as well. I just think stitching with people, having a community of people that you have something in common with. I think it's just one of the beautiful things in life, isn't it? Why have you got to leave when I arrive? Oh, I'm so sorry, Tori. I'm up to 55 minutes. And if I don't go now, it won't save. Otherwise, I would stay. And also, I've got 3 children that I really need to feed. And if I don't feed them soon, they'll be knocking on the door. But yeah, so there we go. Look at those lovely stitches we've done today. We've got these lovely little flowers up here. Lovely trellis stitch. It'd be nice to see whether you do French knots or beads in between here. And then we've got some lovely flowers going on here as well. I know you want to joke, my darling. I will send you a text message soon, Tori. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. And I will see you again on Wednesday. In the meantime, please do send me your pictures. I love sharing them on. And you're all doing so well. You really are doing so well. I'm loving seeing them coming through and the difference in all the colours you've chosen. Okay, guys, have a good day or have a good evening. I'll speak to you later.